beautiful you. My voice literally just started to disappear as I sat down to film this video, but anyways, we're gonna work with it. I know you guys don't really care anyways. Today's video is another baby name video. We're going through girls' baby names from A to Z, all with positive or at least neutral meanings. I have some other baby name videos that have garnered a lot of views for whatever reason, so I thought why not share some more with you guys because I enjoy this as well. I think it's so fun and just kind of the most amazing thing to pick out your child's name. It feels so special and sacred and exciting. And I just love the process. I have 2 girls and I've just loved the process of picking out their names. It's just been so fun. I will link the other name videos down below so you can watch them. These are baby girl names from A to Z. I have my top 20 baby girl names that we were looking at when we picked out my last daughter's name, and our daughter's name we actually picked on that list because it was literally my top girl baby names. But I do have to say I love all these names as well. So anyways, let's get into the baby names. For A, we have Adeline. Adeline is French and it's from Adele and it means noble or nobility. I think it really does have that regal sound to it, Adeline. It just sounds like a princess. It sounds proper and kind of elegant and really beautiful. And I just love that name, Adeline. Next we have the name Belle. And Belle means beautiful. It's from Isabella. My grandmother's name, her middle name is actually Belle, but I like that name Belle, number one, because I have that connection to it. It's my grandmother's middle name, but it also means beautiful. It's short and sweet, and it's like the belle of the ball, you know, it's just a great name. For C, I like this name too when we're looking at baby girl names, and that is Cora. Cora comes from the Greek name kor or Karina, and it means maiden. I like the old-fashioned feeling of the name Cora. It has this beautiful simplicity to it, which I really like about that name. For D, we have a gender-neutral name. I mean, technically, I guess you can name any baby boy or girl any of these names, but for D, I like the name Devin. I think that's such a cute name. Devin as a girl's name has this kind of playful feistiness to it in my mind. I kind of like the tomboyish feel when you name a girl a boy's name, you know what I'm saying. I just like that feel to it, that playful kind of alternative feel, I guess. I guess it's not really alternative anymore, but you know what I mean, just not that classic feminine name. Even though I do like those names, I kind of like when you take a boy's name, make it a girl's name. But Devin is Irish for either fawn or it's Celtic for poet. Those are pretty specific meanings. If you have any connection to those meanings, I think that would be a really cool name to name your daughter. Next up for E, I think this name is so sweet, and that is Everly. Everly kind of reminds me of the name Adeline, something more classic, and it has that kind of beautiful elegance to it. Everly comes from, okay, this meaning, I said I like positive meanings. I don't really like this meaning. It means from the boar meadow. Like boars are kind of like big pigs, right? But it can also mean grazing meadow. So if I really like that name, I would just say that it meant grazing meadow because it just sounds nicer than boar meadow, at least to me. Unless you're a pig farmer, you might really like that name. Next up for F, I think Fiona is the sweetest name. It kind of, to me, is in that family of Everly and Adeline as well. And it means white or fair. From another origin as well, it means vine. But white and fair, I mean, it's kind of just a descriptive meaning, I suppose. I just think the name Fiona is so sweet and classic. For G, I really like the name Gwen or Gwyneth. It is Welsh and it has another similar meaning. A few of these names actually mean this, which is kind of funny. But it means white or pure. I'm not trying to go for like this white pure thing. Not at all. For some reason, these names just happen to mean these things. But yeah, Gwen is Welsh and it means white, pure, blessed, or holy. I feel like Gwen could be someone who's a little bit more alternative, kind of a girl who's not afraid to go against the grain growing up and be unique. And I like that about that name. That's just the feel that I get from it. For the letter H, there was about 2 days or so that my husband and I thought we were going to name our daughter this, which says a lot because we didn't name either of our daughters till after they were born. Like, we didn't even have it settled down to 2 names. We did not know. So to say that we had any idea of what we're going to name them kind of says a lot, even though we did not pick this name and it didn't even make it quite towards the end. But I still love it, obviously. That is the name Hannah. I just think it's so sweet and beautiful and simple and classic. It's a Hebrew name and it means favor or grace, so I really like that meaning as well. I love biblical names, but Hannah, that's a great name. Just love that name. I'm so croakily. Okay, for I love the name Ivy. I love ivy, the plant that grows up things. My grandparents had this beautiful house that we lived with them for a period of time as a child, and my grandpa helped build it, and there was ivy that would grow up the tower. He built a tower in the house. It sounds crazy, but it was a nice house, but there was just this random tower that they thought would be cool to build, and there was literally like nothing in the room. There was like a staircase, and I would remember taking naps up there. It was always really warm because all the windows, but there was ivy growing up that tower. It was so beautiful. We're in Southern California, so it had that Mediterranean feel with the white stucco and the red brick roof and the ivy growing up it, which is classic to where I grew up. When I think of ivy, I think of their house and I think of that tower. So that just holds a sweet place in my heart. But ivy means faithfulness, which is really cool. And it's also obviously that plant, but Ivy. I think that's such a beautiful name. For J, I think a super cute name is Josie. It's French and it means Jehovah may add, which again, I'm a fan of Christian biblical names, so I like that. But I think Josie is just so cute. I think of kind of a spunky, playful girl, or it kind of gives me the same vibe as Gwen, like someone who's not afraid to go outside the box. I see a girl who like loves to climb trees and be outdoors and stuff. For whatever reason, that's what I imagine when I think of the name Josie. Next up, I really like this name, and that is Kiera. That is such a pretty name, Kiera. It's strong, but the era, like, it's just different, you know? I remember first looking up this name with my other daughters, and when you first Google it says dark one, and that creeps me out. I don't like that. But if you look, it really, I think it means dark-haired one, which is totally not creepy. So I like that name, Kiera. My husband is half Filipino, half Guatemalan, so he has dark hair. Both of our daughters kind of have dark hair. I mean, you could name a fair child dark-haired one. I don't know, whatever. But most of my daughters, I feel like, are going to end up having dark hair because, you know, genetics. So that could work, but Kiera, I really, really, really like that name. Since it doesn't mean dark one, I would seriously consider that for future children. Elia, Haven, and Kiera. That's so pretty. I really like that name. L, I love this name as well, and that's Lucy. It's so sweet, has that classic feel. Such a great name. And the meaning is graceful and light, which is a beautiful meaning for a lady or a little girl. I just love all of these names. Going through this list, all of these names just evoke really good feelings inside my heart. But Mila, that's just such a sweet name. I'm loving this list. Mila is Slavic and it means gracious or dear. So another very sweet name meaning. Mila, that is such a great choice for a girl. Another one that kind of just, I feel like all these names kind of go together, but that is Nelly. Nelly. It kind of has the alternative vibe because it's not like super, I feel like obviously feminine. It has that kind of playful, curious feel to it in my opinion. And I love the meaning. It means shining light, and it can also mean the most beautiful woman, which is kind of extravagant. But shining light, I think that meaning in particular is such a sweet meaning. Next up for O, I wasn't sure about this one, but I think it's cute, and that is Ona. Ona, O-N-A. And another great meaning, that is Hebrew, and it means graceful. So we have a lot of overlapping meanings, which is very interesting that there's lots of names that kind of mean the same thing. But Ona, I don't think that would fit in my family, but I think that is such a sweet name for a girl. I would love to see you name your little girl Ona. I think that's super cute. For Q, I adore the name Quinn. Again, it has that playful, curious feeling to me where I just imagine, I don't know, Quinn, Gwen, Nelly, Josie, those ones all kind of go in a category for me. I don't know, do those names sound similar to you or sound like they'd go together to you? But Quinn is derived from the Irish surname O'Quinn, which is from the Gaelic O'Quinn, descendant of Con. So the name is actually derived from Con, which means wisdom, reason, or intelligence, which are all wonderful things to value, I think. So if those things too are especially important to you, it could be cool to go after that meaning and name your daughter Quinn. Great name. For R, I love the name Reign, and I love it being spelled R-E-I-G-N, like someone reigning in power, and that's exactly what it means. It means to reign, or it means hold royal office, which is really cool. But obviously when you hear the name Reign, no matter how it's spelled, you think of rain, water coming down from the sky, and there's nothing more magical or beautiful or metaphorical, I feel like, than rain. So naturally, when I think of a girl or woman being named Rain, I think of someone with a lot of depth, a lot of mystery, a lot of, just interest in her character. So it's really easy to say too, and it's a strong name too, Rain. So that's why I think Rain is a great name. For us, I love the name Shiloh. It definitely has a sweetness to it, a lightness to it that some of these other names don't have. It's Hebrew and it means he who has been sent, in reference to Jesus the Messiah. Shiloh. It's definitely different, but I am super drawn to that name. It's strong. I feel like some of these names are unique, but they're kind of subtle in their uniqueness. But Shiloh, I feel like, is different, but it's not hiding. Like Nelly is kind of different, but it's like not that different. But Shiloh is like Shiloh, you know? It's different, and I really, really like it. For T, I have picked Tess. I guess you could go with Tessa, but I just like the name Tess, just as it is. And Tess is Greek from Teresa, and it means harvester. I love names that kind of like harvester. I feel like there's so much depth and meaning to it that you could dig into, and I always think that's kind of fun and interesting. But Tess has that cute, playful vibe. It goes in that category for me with the Josie and those ones. I just like that name Tess. For you, I have picked, and this is how I would pronounce it, and that's Eula? Eula? Ula? Ula? Okay, I don't even know what I'm saying. What have I picked? I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. I picked Ula. Okay. Eula? Ula. I feel like I wouldn't say Ula, even though I know that's the correct, I believe, correct way to say it. It's a German, or I think Scandinavian name, and it means will or determination, but I feel like I'd say Eula. Eula? Okay, why is this on my list? I don't know. Eula. Ula. 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 Honestly, I can't see my daughter. I can't see myself naming a daughter Ula. It just doesn't. I don't even know what I'm saying. Before on the list I had Eulalia, but that just like kind of a mouthful to me. I know some people like those super feminine names, Eulalia. You know, it sounds like a song or something, but I don't know. Let me know if you have a U name that you really like for a girl down below. U is an interesting letter. It's different. So also just let me know your kids' names down below. Like I want to know the ones that you love so much that you picked. And do you have any regrets? No, that's kind of sad. Don't tell me that. Tell me your kids' names down below or ones that are on your list for future children. I would love to know. For W, this name is so sweet. I love this name, and that's Winnie. That's just the cutest name. I think, you know, kind of Winnie the Pooh Bear. You just want to give someone named Winnie a big hug, and I bet they're really cuddly and sweet. I mean, how can you be mean-spirited and be named Winnie? Or I guess that could be mean, like Winnie. Winnie the villain. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, Winnie, it could be male or female, and it's of Welsh origin. Excuse me. This is really complicated. Why did I cut and paste this whole thing? You know, it comes from all these other names, but it means fair one, white and smooth, or soft happiness, fair and pure. White, smooth, soft, happiness, fair, pure. I don't know. It's kind of weird, like white and fair and pure. Like, that kind of weirds me out. Like, white. I don't know. Does that weird you out at all? There's nothing wrong with that, but I have mixed babies too, which I don't care. It's just like kind of funny, like racial. I don't know. It just seems weird. But I still like that name. But there really is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being white and fair. I don't know. This is getting weird. Why are we talking about this? But you probably understand what I'm saying. The next name, I really like this name. The more I looked at this name going through my list, I really like, and that's Zoila. Zoila is a variant of the Greek name Xylia, which means wood dweller, which I just think is cool. I love camping. I'm not a wood dweller. I've never lived in the woods. It kind of sounds weird if you actually think about like someone like kind of sounds creepy, like living in the woods. But if you like have a cabin in the woods, like, you know, like someone who lives off the land, like I just imagine like someone creepy, like creeping through the forest. Or they could have like a nice cabin in the woods and just love to be outside, and someone who really connects with nature. That's kind of how I imagine it more. But I really like that name Zoila. I think it really pulls off the X really well. Like it's not too weird, you know. I feel like X can just be kind of strange and unfamiliar because we're not really used to that letter in the English language, but I really like that name. For Y, I have picked Yana. Yana is super cute. There's such a sweetness and an understatedness to that name that I really like. It's a romanization of the Bulgarian or Russian name Yana, or Zhana, with a J, which is a river in Sakha, Russia that flows into the Yana Bay of the Yevtev Sea. I'm actually part Russian. You think I would just know how to say these things, but I absolutely do not. Anyways, Yana. Yana. Again, I don't think that's one that will make it to my family if God blesses us with more children, but I just love that name. Z, I picked Zoe. I love that name, Zoe. It means life, which is a wonderful meaning. You know, you're continuing on life with your child. You know, like life is a very sacred thing. Anyways, that is my list of baby names from A to Z. On this list, I'd love to know what is your favorite, and then I'd also love to know your children's names and any names that you just love for future children that you want to share with us. Let us know down in the comments. I love hearing names that you're drawn to. It's also really fun to hear people's children's names because it's really cool to see what names they like holistically and put together. If you're pregnant and watching this because you're trying to pick out your children's name, congratulations. That's so exciting that you're pregnant. I'm so happy for you. I know you'll find the perfect name, and I hope you have fun in this process of picking out the name. If you want some motivation for childbirth, and especially if you are interested in having a natural childbirth, I have a bunch of videos on having a natural childbirth with no medication. I have lots of tips. I have my birth stories, which are kind of fun in my opinion. And yeah, just lots of helpful stuff for you to help prepare you for birth if you're interested in that. So I'll make sure to link that all down below. I have a whole playlist for that. But anyways, I hope you have such a beautiful day. Know that you are so loved, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.